Hello and welcome to 3.0 TV. This is Manoj Dara. So in today's special interaction on exchanges, we have invited a special guest from Coinbaazar. Let me introduce you to Sanket Manocha, co-founder, and Mr. Puneet Kalra. He is also a director with Coinbaazar. Gentlemen, welcome on 3.0 TV.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting us, and all the best for your users. And yes.
So my first question to Sanket to you is, can you just give me a brief overview of what Coinbaazar is doing as of now, and on what technology, since you are taking care of the technology part of this exchange. So just can you just begin with, what are the features you are working on? What are the projects you are working on? You can just begin with, sir.
Okay. Coinbaazar is Web3 unified. Previously, it was only a P2P platform. So we have just integrated into, Web3 unification of our platform, wherein people can go ahead and trade Bitcoins with more than 500 payments around the globe. So supposedly, if we talk of India, we can have like Paytm and other payment methods. Exactly same way, we have 500 payment methods to trade on with Bitcoins. Secondly, we have just introduced altcoin trading, which is a non-custodial altcoin trading of 385 plus altcoins. And on top of that, we have just, while we were in USA, we have just introduced products and services, trading of products and services with Bitcoin. And this is one of the few platforms in the world, I can probably say, because in generally P2P, we do not see the products and services being, traded with Bitcoin. So here we have just introduced products and services.
Fantastic.
Onto our platform.
All right. So Puneet, we have interacted in Miami. That was in April. So there was a lot of optimism then. Bitcoin was trading close to around 43,000. And the biggest influencer of Bitcoin, Mr. Michael Saylor, we have met him during the conference as well. He said that don't sell your Bitcoin. But actually, this was a situation in April. A lot of things have changed, and we are in August. So in 4 or 5 months, a lot of things have happened. There was something happened with the Terra Luna, and the system collapsed.
Right.
And how do you describe the situation since you are joining us from America? So can you just take us through what is the situation out there, and what is your roadmap going forward?
Yeah, definitely, Manoj. Specifically talking about, how far we have come with this whole journey of crypto space. I won't believe that, because I started my whole journey back in 2016, 2015 timeframe. And if I talk about in 2022, crypto market is still in very early stages, and there is so much to explore. So coming back to your point, when you mention about, when we talk in April, the market, when Bitcoin was trading at 44,000, now it's around 20,000. I usually don't look into the numbers mainly specifically, but, we have to look into the bigger picture, where we talk about how companies the adoption that coming up with Bitcoin and the whole crypto space, how they're looking into the more mainstream use cases, like increasing digitizations among the industries.
So all right, since you spoke about increasing the use cases, my second question to you, Puneet, is what is your view on the entire global cryptocurrency market scenario as of now, since we have spoken in detail about, what has happened to the entire, the strategy as far as the exchange is concerned. But what is your view on the overall cryptocurrency market? Markets are down. There are a lot of data points which the market is looking at. And one being the Jackson Hole meeting and the way forward, interest rate scenario, trajectory and everything. What is your view on that?
Yeah, definitely, Manoj. So just to iterate on that, if you talk about Bitcoin, a few years back, Bitcoin was looking at more of a commodity where people were trying to collect and, store Bitcoins. But now Bitcoin is tightly related to a Nasdaq exchange. If the stock market, specifically US stock market, is going down, that actually works with Bitcoin as well. Now, this is, this is one of a bigger role we can think of. The market is directly getting correlated. If the market is going up, Bitcoin goes up along with that, another 10, 20% on top of that. So, market is playing a big role, and specifically in the current situation, I think, as you mentioned about inflation going up, so people, specifically in the industry and the users out in the market, they are trying to save money because, at this situations, people don't know what can happen next, right?
Perfect.
So it's nothing related to crypto space. It's it's an overall market that's getting affected along with it. But specifically, when we talk about different countries, like, El Salvador was one where they legalized the Bitcoin as legal tender. So that kind of moves are still happening. I'm still looking at like 10 to 15 other countries, which are making sure, how to iterate and make sure the Bitcoin is more of a legal tender and keep the market healthy.
So keeping the market healthy, that's what the word coming in from Puneet. Sanket, my next question to you is the recent spat between WazirX and Binance. ये तो हमको सब पता ही है कि क्या हुआ था उनके बीच में, and which has actually created not a good vibes in the Indian cryptocurrency market as far as the users are concerned. So what is your opinion first on this Binance WazirX? If you can just take us through.
Yeah. For your question, yes, there would be an impact on the users because lately I was just reading out one of the news from a very prestigious news media houses regarding crypto, and it was mentioned that 3% of Indian people who are into crypto, they have just pulled out their funds from various exchanges, not only with WazirX, but the overall impact is that they have already pulled out their funds from other exchanges to ensure that yes, their funds remain safe. So in that case, what my opinion is that yes, for Indian market, there should be more robust platforms that could come up, which could ensure the security of the funds. Like in USA, the rights of every consumer is protected, but herein the rights are exactly not being taken care, because if these kind of things does happen, it gives a negative impact on the users, and that's why people should go ahead and ensure that yes, if they are putting the funds, they are putting it rightly.
So a follow-up question to Sanket to you is, as we speak, there is a lot of concern on the CoinSwitch Kuber as well. ED is behind them. There is some kind of investigation which is going on.
Sure.
When we talk about Binance and WazirX, you said that there are a lot of users that were impacted. So now my question is, the users यहाँ पर भी impact होंगे? आपका first reaction क्या है? ED जो initial searches conduct कर रहे हैं CoinSwitch Kuber के ऊपर?
Well, as far as the government agencies are concerned, I would probably not the right person, because commenting on anything related to government would not be in my authorities, right? So what I can say, yes, the government is doing their job, whatever they feel is right or wrong. But on the contrary, the part is that yes, the exchanges needs to be more robust in a way that they should be doing exactly the ethical ways, not going way beyond and just extracting money from the users of India. So yes, there are ambiguities in the exchanges wherein the regulations are still not clear. So yes, there could be some reasons to it that yes, ED and the government and the exchanges are not correlating with each other. So it should be a broader perspective of exchanges should talk to government or anything of that sort would happen, would simplify the things for the common people.
And a quick view, Puneet, you want to add, since you are sitting in a country which is actually heavy on regulation, going heavy on regulations as far as the cryptocurrency space is concerned. So how do you see this situation? And if you can just want to add your comments on that.
Yeah, definitely, Manoj. And I think, as you mentioned about, regulations, it's across the world now, not specific to India. It's even in US, it's happening. In UK, I think I was talking to one of my friends, and they were talking about, central banks are introducing their own digital currencies. So we call it CBDCs. So it's already happening. And, even in US, like if I talk about the whole SEC space, Gary Gensler is the one, leading that. They're looking into all of this crypto space and making sure, they're not actually called as securities, So they're trying to look into that perspective and try to take it more seriously now, which wasn't happening before. So I will say, yeah, it's happening across the world. Countries are taking it more seriously now, the whole crypto space, because it's been like 10 to 15 years of journey of all this Bitcoin and other crypto that have come along. And, there is definitely a add-on value to our financial sector.
Sure. So since we are talking about regulations and the roadmap ahead, what do you think, Puneet, will be the road ahead for the cryptocurrency market, and where is the opportunity lies? Is it Web3? Is it the Metaverse? Is it the NFT segment? And what is the segment you think that will do well going forward?
I think from my perspective, Manoj, like every sector has their own, I will say like, own sectors, like kind of like, if I talk about NFT, there is a whole segment of people working on NFTs, Metaverse, similarly on that segment as well, crypto spaces. And the way we are working as Coinbaazar, we are trying to incorporate all of those different new technologies into our platform. Like if I talk about, if Sanket did mention earlier about, we have added invoicing to our platform. So, that's kind of a, bringing journey for our entrepreneurs, like who are out in the field,
Fantastic.
who are doing a business, right? They want to make money through, all of this crypto. So Bitcoin was an addition to that platform, which we added. And along with that, we are introduced to 385 plus cryptocurrencies that can we do exchange with Bitcoin.
Fantastic. Sanket, can you just quickly add to what Puneet is saying? Can you just build up to, we have been hearing that you have introduced new coins. Can you just briefly tell, what exactly these coins will be used for?
Yeah, okay. The coins list from Ethereum to Doge, right? So 385 is a good number. And these are non-custodial. So we are not providing wallets, but yes, we are providing the security in the terms of escrow. The Bitcoin would be kept in escrow the moment the trader opens the trade. And since we have a chat window over there in the platform, so one can chat, they can share the wallet. And supposedly, if someone is having a wallet in Coinbase and the other person is having the wallet in Binance, they can share the wallet and can transfer it and share the transaction hash onto the platform, and the Bitcoin will be released by the other user.
Fantastic.
So it's pretty simple, and it works for both hot and cold wallet, not only with the exchanges only, but if someone is using hot wallet, they can obviously transfer it to any wallet in the world.
Perfect. Since you spoke about both the wallets, Sanket, a follow-up question to you is, there are a lot of hacks that are happening, and cold wallet and hot wallets, they both are involved in that. So if you can just as an exchange, as a technology guy who is taking care of the exchanges and has taken an initiative to safeguard the interest of exchange, rather, I can put it in other way. So how do you see this, the entire episode of hacking, and what steps you have taken to ensure that the investors are protected?
Okay, so first thing that we have implemented is that we are providing Bitcoin wallets to people, and these are not the wallets from any other API. So we are not doing, or we are not taking the APIs from any other third-party company and providing the wallet. So in case if the third-party company goes off in any scenario, the wallets would be gone. So what we have did to ensure that we have been running our own nodes, which is quite a difficult task in that regards. So the first thing is it is our proprietary, if we can say in little beans, that yes, we are the custodians of the wallets only. So there is no third party involved. Second thing, for the user side, yes, we have given two-factor authentication, mobile OTP, Google authentication, email verification. All these are there from the user side, and from our as a company side, yes, we maintain both hot and cold wallets. And since the development team is our indigenous, and we have not outsourced our platform to any third party provider for making advancements. So everything is possibly is in our hands only.
Fantastic. Puneet, very quickly, you want to add to what Sanket has said?
Yeah, definitely. As Sanket was pointing it out, specifically on the wallet, hot and cold wallets. And from the security perspective, we are trying to make sure our specifically on the website even, right? So it's not just a wallet, even you're storing you might have seen, Manoj, right? Like people stored their cryptos on the exchanges, right? So that happened a lot. So we try to make sure that is being taken care of on our platform. So as like Sanket was pointing it out, we are making sure we have advanced data encryption integrated with high level of securities, specifically when we talk about DDoS attacks, right? The layer 7 attacks that come to your platform, and they run boot in the background, and they just flood your exchange with a lot of APS calls. So we try to make sure that happening, and we are taking care of that. And as well as from the user perspective, we are asking our users to ensure they're using mobile OTPs in India, or Google authentication and other method of authentications which are available out in the field and out into the market. And we have already integrated with our exchange on that as well.
So since we are talking about security and the road ahead, so Sanket, what is the role of P2P network in the market and the benefits, if you can just mention our...
Yes, sure. This is our forte, so I would be more than happy to talk about P2P all the time. So P2P is specifically for decentralization, right? There is no third party involved. So the security of first thing, the liquidation issue is not there in any P2P. Because when we see on centralized exchanges, the main issue that the exchanges gets closed, or they go through all those liquidation issues. This doesn't happen in P2P exchanges, right? Second thing is that when we talk of P2P, uh, the other point that the user can have is to trade into many payment methods, as compared to only in centralized exchanges we are bound to buy from that particular payment method which they are providing. So I can quote tons of example. Like in USA, you can buy from a specific payment method, not from Zelle, or not from probably. So exchanges have their own a payment method which they provide. Third is the major factor that comes into P2P is the price monopoly, which is a major challenge, because every exchanges, they do not show the real time price of the currency, but they actually show the inflated price. So person is bound to buy and sell from that only, because the external transfer fees is quite high. So people who generally use centralized exchanges, they are bound to use that, because ultimately the fees and the buying of that cryptocurrency is quite high, which a person falls into. So in P2P, they have the there is competitiveness, wherein they can go ahead and set their own margins. So when there is a sort of competitiveness, I'm sure it is a useful thing for both buyer and seller.
Fantastic.
Because there, yeah. So this
Yeah,
is how
please
it
continue.
happens. So, and a fourth thing is that the security of funds, as I said. So the security is there because ultimately the funds have been exchanged within the users, so they know exactly how much they have to trade. So unlike centralized exchanges which go through regulations and the government issues. So probably P2P is the next big thing, and with the integration of Web3 which we have given to people,
Fantastic.
it has gone to it has we have probably, I would say that we have set a benchmark with features like invoicing, Web3 integration, coin integration, which is probably not there in any other P2P exchange which is running in the market right now.
Puneet, very quickly, if you want to add to what products and services Sanket has mentioned, and what kind of trading instruments or trading you're going to provide your users, or for that matter any new improvement on your products and services.
Yeah, so I think just first of all, like I want to add to what Sanket was mentioning about our Coinbaazar as a P2P platform. Further additions like on product and services, like think about it's more of an e-commerce decentralized finance exchange, where we are trying to make sure our users, we are more focused on user investments rather than provide a way to earn income, right? So where people can accept Bitcoins for their product, as like Sanket was talking about invoicing, that's a bigger feature. Like right up now, we talk about people are selling, think about as a marketplace, right? Where people try to sell their product like watches, household artifacts, and much more services like, even an entrepreneur, which I was mentioning earlier, web developers. It's really simple. You can just go to our website and create an offer, upload the picture of your product. Like if you want to sell something, and just get into a trade agreement with the buyer on the other end. And, we are trying to make sure that the whole process, it's very smooth for buyer and seller. So, they get into an agreement, and at the back end, we're trying to make sure, their transaction goes smoothly. So we are making sure, we are providing all of that information. And along with that, there are other factors or other services which keep getting added to our platform. Like, they can do a chat with the buyer and seller and try to make sure, things are getting authenticated. They're working with the right buyer or working with the right sellers.
All right. So one last
And
question.
Just
please.
to add one more thing, right? So to ensure the protection of both buyer and seller, we have the escrow system. So in case if there would be any issue, so people don't have to struggle around. They just go ahead and open a dispute, and our professional dispute moderators will go ahead and intervene and check what exactly is the issue, and would award the dispute to the right person.
Fantastic.
So it's really a quick and smooth process in terms of the whole trading part.
Sure. One last question before we let you go. It was indeed a wonderful conversation. But Sanket, what is your final take on how this crypto market will behave going forward? What is your view as far as the market will perform? Which sector the growth will come? And what is your opinion and suggestions for our viewers?
Yeah, sure. Crypto market is, there would be a hustle that we have seen from last year. Market dip is bound to happen unless and until the major players play a main or key role in keeping the sanctity and funds safe of the people, right? These are the things that is happening. And yes, with the advancement of, so I would probably say that we are still in early stages of, crypto market, because NFTs and Meta, they are just unexplored. So people are not even has taken a grasp of like what exactly is blockchain and how it works. And then we have on the other hand, we have NFT, we have Metaverse working, then we have tokens working, then we have smart chains. So we are still in early stages, and crypto market with the adoption of of Bitcoin, probably I would say, like what El Salvador, they have set a new benchmark for people, or for the other countries, that yes, if it can be legalized as a tender, and it can be regulated in a right way, the probably people would use it more, and as a commodity, rather than they would use it as a payment method instead, and which is the basic idea when Bitcoin was being made. It is called to be a currency. It was never said to be anything. It is called a digital currency, and it should be treated like a currency. And yes, many the advancement are happening, and industries are trying to incorporate new technologies and all those things for the use cases of people. So yes, I am hoping for the good, and I have seen how the crypto market is performing from last 7-8 years. For they have been really good, and yes, adoption is growing to an immense level.
Adoption is going to an immense level. Puneet, your closing
Immense
remarks
level.
on that.
Yeah, definitely. As Sanket was pointing out, like it's been like the journey has been like 7 to 10 years now, and how things are outgrowing in the market. Specifically now, I do see that it's been like, if I talk about 3 years back, like just before the COVID time frame, there were not that many news used to come out with the crypto spaces, like, NFTs, Metaverse, and all of this new technologies being developed on crypto spaces, right? The whole blockchain. So things are growing pretty well. Users are keep getting added. Like if you look into the numbers on different exchanges we talk about, they're always the numbers are keep increasing. It's just a phase. That there's up and down comes into the whole cycle, but you will see like it's going to come up very strong after that.
All right, gentlemen, thank you so much for being part of this interaction. Puneet, you spoke really well about what is the road ahead, what this Coinbaazar is going to achieve in the next year. Sanket, आपने बहुत अच्छी तरीके से explain किया हमारे viewers को कि technology perspective, how important is this for an exchange, and security aspect, what kind of measures you are going to take. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for being part of this interaction. And thank you so much for educating our viewers on this on 3.0 TV. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you,
Manoj, for having us.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
All right, that's all there is in this special interaction on Digitally Unplugged. This is Manoj Dara signing off, but keep watching 3.0 TV for more such interesting interviews. Thank you.